Make a towel, monk.
Hello, fellow monks. So, today I wanted to talk about Pattaya in Thailand and how it isn't what it used to be. It's a little hard to quantify, but let's just say things have gotten a lot more professional. There used to be a lot of things you could do. You could sort of hang out on the fringes of Pattaya, let's say. Same in Bangkok, but it's easier to follow if you consider Pattaya. So, walking street, even on walking street, you would have the pool halls. And the pool hall girls weren't exactly up for bid. Kind of had to build some chem. They had to like you. They had to decide to go with you. It was still a pay to play, but there was more involved than just, okay, I'm buying this one and take it off the shelf and put it in your shopping cart. But as you got deeper off the main drag, there were just bars. There were the beer halls where they play games like Connect Four. And the thing is, not all the girls are actually on the take. Some are kind of sort of, some are older that you wouldn't want to take. Some are there just to get their tips. And it's a little more confusing. I'll give you another example. Let's say you went to a Hollywood disco. You'd dance, and there'd be girls there that would be, for the taking. If they liked you. It was not, it had to be a mutual thing. And basically, you would give them a tip. You would give them a really good tip in those days might be $30. They might only ask for 20. And they will say, oh, I need cab fare. And you're like, oh, okay, how much is cab fare? They'll be like, I need 1,000 baht for cab fare. It's like, back in those days, let's see, it was 4 to 1, so that was $25. So, yeah, they might say, I need 1,000 baht for cab fare, 1,200 baht. And you're like, wow, that's an expensive taxi. And they're like, well, I live really far. They're like, okay, I can relate. Here you go. Thanks for the bouncing. It was fun. But they were amateurs. They're girls. They're kind of bored with life, bored of the country life. They're just there to have some fun, drink, pick up a few bucks here and there, and but it wasn't the seediness of it. It wasn't the every girl's cha-chas covering with crawling things kind of scariness to it. It was a lot nicer. And so when you see these bar girls now in Pattaya, the first big difference is they've moved in all these Eastern European, and a lot of them are in very dangerous, hassled life. There's also been a lot more sex trafficking where women are told they have a job and then dumped in Pattaya until they have to work off their debts. So there's a lot of really negative stuff, and I'm sure some of this always happened. But basically, if you stuck to the freelancers, the amateur girls, you're much less likely to run into this kind of dark side of the racket there. But I don't think that's true anymore. I think it's much more of that now. And I think the girls don't have as much freedom as they used to have. They don't have as much fun of it being like a family and community for them. So I think if you go now, you have to see it more as a Disneyland place. And probably if you wanted to still meet some, your goal is to try to meet girls who look and act like completely like regular girls, and then they might ask for a tip. So are they really working girls? Kind of, sort of, maybe a little bit. Can't be halfway prostitute, but a little bit. And you have to think about how much better an experience you'll have versus a girl who's on a bar timer and you have to pay them every day. Of course, one of the girls that I ran off with, I took her for a few weeks. The bar never got paid. I don't know if the bar cared or not. I don't know if she got chewed out. She never said anything, so I bet they didn't really even care. They tend to just work on a day-by-day basis, so if they don't really know what the hell happened if the girl doesn't come back. So that's a little pro tip. Pro tip. Um, but you have to find your own path. There is some advantage and disadvantage to dealing with the non-pros, which is, they say the pro girls have medical checkups, but I don't think that helps you because the way that so many of the diseases work today, they take weeks to manifest, especially HIV if you believe in it. I don't, but if you do. So considering as T-pop would say, the miles of cock that run through them, the odds of having something is probably pretty bad. It's probably 50-50 that you're going to come away with little crawlers on your pubes. So, yeah, with the freelance girls, I think if you find the young ones who seem like they're more like just college students, they're partying and kind of trying to pick up a few bucks on the side, I think you're going to do a lot better because I don't think they work as much. And I don't think they have as many encounters. And also they've been in the game a lot less. Another pro tip is if you see girls with tattoos, that means they're the hardcore. They may be very, very good at what they do. They may be very good. So if you want a vacuum cleaner, look for the tattoos. Look for the wild one with the tattoos because she'll give it to you. Otherwise, stay the crap away from them because there's going to be drugs, there's going to be craziness, there's going to be problems, doors are going to get kicked in, hotel rooms are going to get damaged, you're going to get hauled up before judges, you're tossed in one of these, Hilton, Hanoi, hideaway prison places. You don't want any of that to happen on your vacation. So my number one rule is if you see one tattoo, just run away, run away. You don't want tattoos. Another thing is you don't want to pick the girls that are, first of all, you want to pick a girl that can, if you're in a go-go and a girl isn't dancing great and she looks like a dead fish, no. But you also don't want to pick the aggressive girls who are absolutely no shyness and no timidity. You want to look for the girls in the background that are hot, but look like they just got there. Look like they're new to the whole scene. So, anyways, those are some of my tips on the craziness of Pattaya in Thailand. The best tip of all is stay there for a year, learn Thai, and try to find a regular girl who has a normal, regular job. And one very important thing is that you actually visit her, pick her up for lunch from her place of work, because a lot of them will lie. Oh, I work as a hairdresser. Really? Where? Oh, on somewhere in this district. What street? What's the name of the place? I'll come meet you for lunch. I'll pick you up at work. What's the address? If you can't get past that, they're pros. They're working girls, so don't fall for that. Now for the hardest question, which is, I've fallen in love with a bar girl. Should I marry her? And the practical answer is no, don't ever fall for a bar girl. Don't ever marry a bar girl. But I think if you have a sense that it really is different, and here's the caveat, you're willing to stay in Thailand full time, get an apartment, and make a life with the person, because they have to be under lock and key. Go for it. What do you have to lose? Don't make the mistake I did, walking away from a great person just because of where they came from. There are those working who aren't happy having to do that are looking for the pretty woman experience. And I say if it really happens and they're really willing to set up a life with you. Now the only thing to remember is the first time you break up in any way, they're just going to be right back in that bar, so that might not make you feel so good. But that is their career. I think a much better approach would be to open a small cafe Let them be the receptionist, let them work. Whatever you do, you need to find a way to get them a job so that you can spend time together. All right, peace out from the monk. I hope you're having a good January, surviving the cold weather, and getting your butts to Thailand when you can.